What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Demo's Diecast. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Shout out to all of the returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you, and welcome to any first-time viewers or new subscribers to the channel. Welcome. As you guys can see, lined up in the back today at Daikoko Futo, we have some Nismo GTR R33 400Rs. So we have done this before on our last opening, which was the Focal Horizon here in the blue. So we have, going from left to right in yellow, we have the Tomica Limited Vintage Neo, Focal Horizon. We have a Kyosho, Inno64, and another Tomica Limited Vintage Neo. So basically I've kind of been trying to collect all the colors of 400Rs, as well as cars from different brands. So just to kind of get a comparison of how they all stack up. The only one that's kind of inaccurate is the Inno64 Midnight Purple. This one is a color shift, but in reality, the Midnight Purple for the 400R is actually this Midnight Purple here. So the Kyosho is not as detailed as some of the other models that I have, but I kept it because it's a true representation of that Midnight Purple on the 400R. So that's going to lead us into today's video, which is a fresh brand new color from yet another manufacturer. Pop Race Nissan R33 Nismo 400R. So sick. So this is my first Pop Race. This one has some special features that we haven't seen on some of the other models. So let's not waste any time and get this out of the package. Take a closer look. And boom, there it is. Right off the bat, this thing is really nice. Gotta say, it's pretty much on the level quality wise of the other 400R models that I have in the back there. Weight to it is good so far. The wheels are a little bit more loose than what are on some of my other models, but it is a full roller, so that's always a bonus. But yeah, all in all, like, Pop Race did a pretty good job with this. It's giving me Tomica Limited Vintage Neo vibes as far as quality, weight, etc. So let's not waste any time. Let's take a closer look. So right off the bat, love the fact that it's red, one of the last colors I need to lock down. There is a different shade of blue that I need to lock down, and there's also a white that I haven't gotten yet. So but yeah, this thing is actually really nice, really good. Let's take a quick look at these wheels. So you do get the classic Nismo LMGT2 wheel. Really good detail on there. 5-spoke. The Nismo is legible. You get the rivets all the way around the outside of the wheel and that nice, beautiful polished lip. So that's really sick. Excellent job on that. Great detail. Like we've mentioned on all the other 400Rs, your pinstripe disappears behind the over fenders, which are an add-on per se. It's not that the fender is naturally flared. These are added on specifically for the 400R model. So take a look at this venting up front. Unfortunately, it's just black. They didn't even give it like any mesh or anything, but they did decide to paint it black at least to differentiate it and make it look like it's open. So that's pretty cool. Not terrible. We do get a nice side marker there with your GT badge. Door handle detail looks okay, nothing too crazy. Indication of a keyhole there. Rigid mirrors on this one, and unfortunately they did not give it any reflective, so that's kind of a bummer. But price point wise, this isn't like it's crazy expensive either. So I think for the money, the value that you're getting on this is pretty legit. Decal cut on the gas cap there as well. Interior, nothing too crazy. You do get a nice racing style bucket seat, front drivers and passenger. Steering wheel detail looks pretty good. The dashboard has like, and the center console has some good texture, so nothing too crazy, but no paint to differentiate or anything like that. Good speaker detail back there. Rear back seat looks pretty good as well. They did give a rear carbon fiber spoiler, so that's pretty legit. No rear windshield defroster on this car, so a little bit of a letdown on that. But yeah, same wheel in the back. They're going to be same size. They're not staggered or anything like that, so that's super sick. We'll go ahead and take a look at this rear. Very nice lens tails. Good fitment. No glue marks or anything like that. GTR badge there on the trunk. Nismo 400R badge there in the middle. Nismo print underneath the spoiler. Rear blinkers are going to be tampos and painted on. They're not going to be lensed. Nismo license plate. Nice exhaust detail. Good depth to it. Good sizing. Black paint on the inside. And the muffler itself is also painted silver, so that's good detail there. The cool feature on this one is going to be an opening trunk. Crazy. Insane. Doesn't look like they put anything down in the trunk, but just empty. But just the fact that it has an opening trunk is insane. It's really, really sick. One of the few, if not the only model I have that has an opening trunk, unless the trunk is considered the engine cover. So really, really sick on that. That's the special feature that this one holds over the Focal Horizon, which also has an opening hood. We'll take a look at the front here. Really nice lensed up headlights. You've got your housing separated with the black housing, so that's really sick. They did a great job on that. Fitment looks really good. No glue marks or anything that I can tell. So really, really sick there. 400R badge in the middle. Nismo license plate. Turn signals painted orange down below. And you do get a nice front lip on this one as well. You can see the Nismo print on the front mount intercooler in the grill there, so that's super dope. And you do get your venting here on the hood. The other opening feature on this one is going to be the hood, so let's take a look. Engine detail. Let's see what we got. Get a little bit more light. So there's our engine detail. Looks really, really good. I guess it's not as nice as the Focal. I'll be honest on that. But at least they did paint everything. I feel like they could have differentiated paint between the valve cover and the intake manifold. But radiator and all that is painted silver up front. You do get a strut bar. You got your reservoir over here, fuse box. No real turbo detail. I guess these are the turbo inlets here and here. So not nearly as detailed as the Focal, but still really nice for the price. You got to remember the price point on these pop race is like $15 versus I think 30 to 35 on the Focals. So yeah, the Focal is definitely going to put more effort and have better details. But all in all, I still think they did a really good job with this one, just for its price point. So actually pretty sick. We'll go ahead and compare those engines real quick, just in case you didn't see the Focal review. But if you want to go check this one out in depth, it's back in the videos. So here's our two different engine bays. As you can tell, that Focal is just on another level. Got the hood prop there. Valve cover detail is way better. Intake manifold detail is way better. Turbo inlets and piping is way better. Reservoir, fuse boxes, about the same. Radiator detail up front, probably a little bit better on the Focal, so definitely going to give the nod there. Headlight detail, pretty good on both. I think the Focal still is going to beat it out. Front lip, turn signals, intercooler, all that kind of stuff, pretty even there. You do get the mesh behind the cutouts in the front bumper on the Focal, whereas you don't get that on the pop race. Wheels, I think the best example of wheels that I have for a 400R is going to be, I think it was the Inno64, but the Tomica Limited Vintage Neos are actually really nice as well. Print for the 400R I think is a little bit better on the Focal. It's just not as like solid and pronounced on the pop race. I think they could have done a better job making that more like this, just really clear and really pronounced, like really bright. Just not as nice on this one. But again, price point wise, we're at two completely different price points. The Focal did give us a rear diffuser, whereas the Pop Race does not. And carbon fiber on the rear spoiler on both. Taillights look good on both. Exhaust looks good on both. So on this one, obviously I'm going to give the nod to the Focal. But for the price point, obviously the Pop Race cannot be beat. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the yellow Tomica Limited Vintage Neo and compare against that. So front end, I think headlights probably look a little bit better on the Tomica. Again, you're going to get the mesh in the grille with the Tomica. The Nismo print on the front mount intercooler is much better. I do like the fact that the Pop Race gave cutouts to the holes in the front lip, whereas Tomica did not. So that's actually kind of disappointing to see that. But all in all, nothing too crazy. The Nismo LMGT wheels, nice on the Tomica and nice on the Pop Race. I think the Pop Race might be my new favorite for wheels. 400R stripe detail. Again, Tomica beats it out on that. Take a look at the rears. Lensed up tails. Tomica gets the nod. I do give the nod to Pop Race on the spoiler, as theirs is carbon fiber. Tomica's is not. And exhaust detail, I think, is better on the Pop Race than it is on the Tomica. So surprising that there's a couple areas that the Pop Race actually excels over the Tomica, but that's kind of how it goes in the game. What else are we missing? Interior detail, about the same. I wouldn't give one a nod over the other. And then that venting there is mesh on the Tomica, whereas we get just that black paint on the Pop Race. So pretty good detail on that. I'll give the nod to Tomica, obviously. Kyosho, I think obviously we're gonna end up going with the Pop Race, but the Kyosho, again, this one is mainly in the collection because of the color. That is true to the original Midnight Purple that was found on the R33. R33 did not have the color shift Midnight Purple. The 400R did not. So front detail, headlights are kind of equal. Grill, again, you're getting the mesh on the Kyosho. Turn signals are painted up. I think they're better on the Pop Race. Front lip on the Pop Race looks better. Side detail, wheels on the Pop Race are going to be better for sure. We do get this Nismo badge there underneath the mirror on the Kyosho that we don't get on any of the other models. Take a look at the rear. Taillights about equal. You do both get that Nismo decal on the underneath. Does the Kyosho? The Kyosho is also just going to be a black spoiler instead of carbon fiber print. And then you get no underneath details on the Kyosho whatsoever. No license plate or anything, so definitely going to go with Pop Race on that one. And last up is going to be the Inno64. So this is the Midnight Purple. Wheels on the Inno, I think, are pretty close. I do like the fact that they gave the yellow center cap. Side detail, again, that 400R decal is just more crisp on the Inno. Door handle detail looks better on the Inno. Mirrors are going to be better. Take a look at the rear. We did get carbon fiber on the rear spoiler of the Inno. I think the exhaust detail, I'm going with the Pop Race on that one. I do like a 400R license plate on the Inno versus just the Nismo on the Pop Race. And take a look at our fronts. So, yeah, painted up turn signals again. Headlights are pretty equal. I actually think I like Pop Races a little bit better. And, yeah, no open venting there on the bumper for the Inno, on the middle of the bumper where you do on the Pop Race. And the front mount intercooler, I think, is nicer on the Pop Race. No Nismo print on the Inno. So, but all in all, I think they're all great models in their own right. I'm happy to own all of them because there's differences. Some being just a tiny bit better than others, but all in all, they all have their own. But yeah, this Pop Race, no issues with rolling, so that's super dope. And one thing I do want to point out is that the hood, like, even though it's an opening hood, the tolerances are amazing. A lot of times with 164 diecast and opening parts, it just kind of looks off. The trunk is not as flush, so this one you can definitely tell like how it just kind of hangs over a little bit. There's like a lip kind of all the way around, you know what I mean? But on the hood, I think they did an excellent job of making that close perfectly with no gaps or anything like that. So shout out to Pop Race on that one. Go ahead and move this guy back. That's going to wrap up today's video. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about the Pop Race compared to all the other brands. Which out of all the brands that we looked at today is your favorite? Like which one has the best detail, most realistic, etc. And I will soon acquire the white one, probably in a different brand once I can find one. And then there is another shade of blue that I do want to acquire as well. I haven't seen anyone selling that one in that shade of blue, but hopefully someone decides to come out with it and can lock that one down as well. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Appreciate you guys all watching and following along. Don't forget to leave a comment. Also drop a subscription, and we'll be back before you know it with another banger. So thank you guys again for tuning in today, and we will see you soon on the next one. One love.